Hey everybody, Squee913 here with another Thoughts Behind the Wheel. How's it going? My phone doesn't have a whole lot of battery life left, so if this cuts off in the middle, you'll know why. Hi! Hope everyone's doing well. Happy V-Day, if you care about that kind of thing. Personally, it's a company made by the card company. I mean, it's a holiday made by the card companies to sell cards. True story, bro. So, interesting stuff on the news. I don't remember the name, but apparently scientists have found or developing a drug or something that can retard aging or make you age much slower or theoretically be the key to immortality. It's not quite that simple. Basically, a cell has a certain lifespan, meaning it can only divide a certain amount of times. I don't know how many times it is. It's like more than 50, less than a couple hundred. I don't know. But anyway, it can only divide so many times, and then it basically dies. And see, the reason why is because every time a cell divides, the chromosomes actually get a little shorter. And eventually it runs out, and the cell dies. This drug, it has the capability of making it so that the chromosome doesn't get shorter. It might do other things too, but basically it can make the cell divide indefinitely, forever. Like cancer cells. Cancer cells are immortal. They don't die, which is the problem, is that they keep dividing and dividing and dividing and dividing until your body functions don't work, and you die. This theoretically can make all your cells do like that, which obviously means that it's not, we haven't found the fountain of youth. We found maybe a stepping block to it because, well, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is, well, then how come, how do we make it so that doesn't turn all your cells into cancer cells? But that it's a step in the right direction of living longer. See, here's the thing. There's other issues we would have to deal with. Aging. The reason we age, the reason someone goes from, as you get older, you become more frail and weaker, and eventually your body gives out, is because every time your cell splits, every time it divides into new cells, there are mutations or flaws or genetic, flaws. And these flaws over the years build up. So basically, when you're a baby, your cells are all working great and fine and dandy and perfect. And, when you're in your 20s, same thing, for the most part, the average person. And as you get older, every time it divides, maybe there's a flaw here, or next time there's a flaw there. And every time it divides, it keeps this flaw. And as time goes on, it gathers more and more genetic flaws. Which is why you start to become older, you start to become frailer, your energy's less, your bones are more brittle, your organs have more problems, because the cells that are dividing have all these flaws in them now. And eventually you get so old and your cells get so many flaws that your body just doesn't function anymore and it shuts down. That's aging. And in order to stop aging, we'll have to find a way to stop or correct all of these genetic flaws in your cells. Theoretically, if you could correct all these genetic flaws and make it so that when your cells divide they don't have genetic flaws, we could live indefinitely, like the Asari from Mass Effect. No, they live 1,000 years or so, but whatever, you get my point. And this drug, as far as I know, doesn't really correct that problem. Now, let me specify, I'm a historian, I'm not a bio, chem engineer or anything like that. I only know, what I've read online. Yay! Because we're all internet PhDs. But I believe that drug does nothing to counteract that fact that your cells build up flaws. But it is a step in the right direction. It is a step that some scientists say means that, 40 years from now, 50 years from now, we may solve the aging problem. Which sounds fantastic! Yay! I know I'd like to live a lot longer than, 80 years or so. But it's also a bit selfish. Because if everyone lives forever, well, then where's everyone going to live? Because I doubt people are going to stop having babies. And if there's no deaths to even out the births, because deaths already don't even out the births. If there's no balance, the population will overflow, and that would be very, very bad. So, excuse me. So, basically, the only option we would have is to develop space travel really quickly, or some other brilliant scheme of getting more space for people to live on. So it's kind of selfish. Or, of course, stop reproduction, because we can prevent people from doing that. I guess China kind of has semi-effective regulations in, but you know, basically trying to stop the world from having sex, I don't think that'll happen. And maybe they have like mandatory vasectomies at birth or something, but that's the whole thing. We've already been born. Yeah. So you can see all the major complications there of living forever. Plus, that also means that this is a smaller issue, of course, but still, it means that you will die eventually. You will. Somewhere down the road, you will get impaled or shot or run over, or you'll fall, or something will happen to kill you. And that's not a very pleasant thought at all. I kind of like the idea of going old, asleep in my bed painlessly. Yeah, obviously the chances of that are small, but still, I like that idea. I don't like the idea that I will die someday, and it will be by some gruesome means. Well. But I wouldn't mind. Honestly, I was thinking about that, because I'm getting, almost to my 30s. Almost there. And of course, that's still pretty young, but that starts to get to where you're like, wow, that's like a third of my life gone. Yeesh. I only got 2/3 of my life left. And you start to think about that, and I go, I wouldn't mind, maybe not live forever, but if I could tack 50 years onto that, 50 years seems nice. See, my biggest problem is, I think about, I see where all these scientists say, in 100 years, we'll be able to colonize Mars or whatever. I want to see that. I want to live to see that. And I won't. I mean, the way current standings are, I won't live to see that. That's a shame. I really want to. I want to live to see, the whole Mass Effect world where we're all space-faring civilizations and stuff. And I won't get to see that. It's a shame. But, you got to go sometime. But another 50 years. I think another 50 years would be nifty. So basically, let's say I would live to 90, tack on 50 years to that. So 140. I'll be okay with that. I'll be happy. Be happy. Of course, I'll get to 130 and go, maybe another 50 years. Just add another 50 onto that. Just add 50 on that, I'll be fine. Oh, good times, good times. Yeah, so I just thought that was an interesting thing to talk about, to bring up, and that's pretty much it. Kind of done. Breaking down, people. I'm gonna play the Mass Effect 3 demo. I can't help myself. I wanted so badly not to spoil myself, but the simple truth is, it won't spoil that much. I already saw the E3 demo, and so I already saw the, kind of the whole Reapers attacking the Earth and Shepard trying to run to the Normandy. By the way, if you don't want any spoilers of Mass Effect 3 whatsoever, ever, I mean, I don't know much, but, if you're one of those purists, stop listening to this. So I already saw the demo about the mission where you're trying to get the Krogan female, etc., etc., and that's apparently what the demos are about. So it's not really going to spoil any parts of the story for me, I would think, because I already know about them. I already saw the E3 demo, and they're saying it's the same thing, just more content, like you have dialogue and you have combat and stuff like that. So any major story elements won't really be spoiled for me, and I can't help myself. I can't wait another 3 weeks. It's killing me. I will definitely be doing the multiplayer, and I will be having great fun with that. I'll probably be streaming it this weekend. Woohoo! But, yeah, so I'll probably do the single player. I won't record it or LP it or anything, but I'm definitely going to play it. And there's a good news to that. There's a good part to that, for me, at least. I probably won't play Engineer, so that the Engineer class will still be very, because, Jack won't come back until the game's out. And I don't want to, like, tease myself by, like, Jack, I miss you. I know it sounds weird. It sounds sad, kind of, but I really, really do miss Jack, the combat drone, not the crazy lady. Because he was my first, I guess, Let's Play character that I made, I guess you would say. And he's still my favorite, and I miss him so much. And I'm so going to love my entire time with Mass Effect 3 and Jack, the combat drone, not the crazy lady. But the big part about playing the single-player demo is it'll give me a taste for what the combat's like, so I have an idea of what to play the demo at. I kind of want to play the demo, the full game on Insanity for my blind Let's Play. I know that sounds crazy, but the thing I'm thinking is, this is it. This is Mass Effect 3, it's the end of the series, it's the conclusion. There will be more Mass Effect games, but there will not be another part of Shepard's story. It's over after that. And you can replay the game and see different things, but my Shepard story will be over. And I get so depressed when that kind of stuff happens, when you know that's it, it's the end, that I want that experience, that first time playing the game, to last forever. But it can't last forever. But by doing it on Insanity, I can make it last longer. And feel like, the whole point is that I will feel like when I have actually accomplished that game, I have actually accomplished something. My first time to be on Insanity is kind of like saying, when you beat the game, you beat it. But the problem with that is, really, do I want to put it on Insanity and die 50 times every single level? Will that really make a good Let's Play? I don't know. I don't think so. So I'm going to do the single-player demo, and I'm going to test out the difficulty levels and see which is a decent difficulty level for me to start at. Because, look, I'm not good at games. I'm really not. And I'm not great at Mass Effect 2, but I've beaten the game several times on Insanity with an engineer, which is a pretty hard class to play. And I'm doing it right now with an infiltrator. So I'm not bad. I'm pretty good at that game, despite my derpdom. If you watch the Mass Effect 2 with friends that just came out, please understand I had not played that game in months and months. So, yeah. But so I'll see what's a good difficulty level to start at, and I'll do it there. Because I've heard they've made the game much harder. So maybe I won't do Insanity. Maybe I'll do a hardcore run, or even a veteran run. I really think I'll bump it up above normal at the very least. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And that's it. So, toodles, everyone. I will see you all later. Take care. Adios, muchachos, etc., etc. Bye, everyone.